You're probably wondering which is better at refreshing frizzy curls, DevaCurl Styling Cream or water. Today we'll find out. I'm showing you how I refresh my curly hair with DevaCurl and water to see which looks best. And if you're new here, I'm experimenting with my curly hair routine every Saturday, so make sure to hit the subscribe button. First, what I do is I get a little cup of water and a comb if necessary, because sometimes the curls are really knotty and they just completely need to be reconstructed from scratch. So since today we are doing 2 halves of my head, I'm just going to divide it down the middle. One of you guys recommended this for videos where I'm showing you the difference between 2 different ways of doing things, to do it right down the middle. That way it's not biased. This little bit right here is my bangs, and I've been separating it from the rest of my head lately because I find that my bangs get mixed up with the other parts of my hair. It's been a very long time since my last wash day, like I don't even remember, so I thought like this is a fun challenge. I usually start at the nape of my neck at the bottom here and just take pieces that are about the width of my usual curl pattern, so it's about that big. And I just take some of the water, stick my fingers in, drop off some of the excess, and all I'm doing is just adding water back into my hair. So what this does is it just helps the curls glue back together, if that makes sense. So after a few days after washing your hair, you'll find that your curls start to kind of separate and start to get frizzy. So the water reforms the ribbon, the curl back together. Like that. And another, I guess this is a bonus if you want to stretch out your hair. I find that this stretches out your hair a little bit too. So if shrinkage is a problem for you, this is going to make you quite happy, possibly. I can't guarantee it. Everyone's hair is different, but for me I find that this stretches out my hair quite a bit. And you just keep going. And you just, for every piece of hair, just add more water. You don't need to soak it, but you definitely want to get the water all throughout the strand, especially the ends, because I find that ends can get frizzier, at least for me. This is something that I would do if for whatever reason I didn't feel like washing my hair that day, or I wanted to prolong my wash day a little bit longer. And maybe you're trying to wash your hair less and use less shampoo. Give your hair a break from all the products. This is a great solution. This is something I actually started doing when I was only washing my hair with water. So this is what I would do in between washes with water. I would just take water and just retwist the frizzy pieces. Now, if this is day 2 for you, if you had just washed your hair yesterday, you wouldn't have to go through your whole head like what I'm doing right now, because most of your curls would probably still be formed. There might just be like a couple frizzy pieces. So for you, you would just go through your head and find the pieces that really need to be revived, which might just be a couple strands. And you just do exactly what you just take water and rub it through. Now this piece is actually kind of knotted, so if you find a piece that's really extra knotted, just take a comb and very gently just comb out any knots that you might find. Be very gentle. Now it's so tempting to want to rip the hair out, or even sometimes what I do if the comb's just not working, sometimes I just use my hands, because you can feel where the knot is. And I find sometimes it might be easier to be gentle if it's your own hand. So when you find pieces like this that are obviously separate, just separate them, because what happens if you try to twist hair that is not actually supposed to go together, I'll show you, it just is not going to work. See, see that separation? Yeah, you don't want that. So just, if you find a piece like that, if you grab too much hair, just separate it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to try and rush the process. And I'm going to show you the rest of this head on double speed or triple speed, or just faster, because, yeah, I'm sure you have things you have to do. You don't want to sit here all day and watch me retwist my whole head. Okay, we are nearly done. So what I'm going to do now is with my bangs, I am going to show you each half. One half is going to be water for my bangs as well, and one half is going to be styling cream. So I'm just going to roughly divide it down the middle, and I'm going to separate it. Now again, if you have bangs and you find sometimes they get clumped together with longer pieces, is what I find. My bangs, sometimes they get mixed in with the other stuff, so I like to keep them separate and know where they are at all times. So I'm just going to do the same with the bangs. And maybe for these ones, sometimes I do strands that are a little bit smaller, but that way it's not super blocky. I know it looks kind of funny right now, but when it dries, it will look much better. Because my hair's been in a bun for such a long time, do you see how my bangs are going straight out? It looks a little ridiculous. Do you see that? It is defying gravity. Please stop that. Please stop, bangs. Go back. Okay. We'll just pretend that's not happening, but it usually would look normal. And maybe when it dries, it'll look more normal. Okay, so the left half is done with just water. It's pretty awesome. I actually almost prefer the look of refresh curls over like super fresh curls because it's not as perfect, and I feel like it has a lot more volume, and it just feels really soft and nice. So this is just water, so that's pretty cool. This is the styling cream. That's what it looks like. And for the sake of this video, I'm just going to pump some of this into this cup because it just will be easier. But you don't have to do this, obviously. You can do whatever you want. I've never actually used the styling cream for refreshing, so this will be fun to see what it does. Now, I don't want this to get mixed up, so I'm just going to very loosely just take a hair elastic and put it. Actually, I don't want to mess with it. You know what? No, I'm just going to keep them separate. They'll stay separate on their own. Because I don't want to mess with the process, you know what I mean? The drying process. So again, we're just going to start from the bottom. I'm just going to take a very small amount of styling cream and just run it through. Ooh, this is nice, actually. The styling cream, oh, it smells so good. Has amazing slip, so detangling is going to be a lot easier than just using water. And water does help with detangling, but it doesn't have that same slippery, oh, this is a really naughty piece. I always get the tiniest little, I don't know if you can see that, tiniest little knots at the nape of my neck. It's so annoying to me. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I just ripped it out. Don't try that at home. Please don't rip out your hair like I just did. I'm just being impatient and not feel like dealing with that knot, so I just... Anyway, so just rub it through and then just twist like we did on the other half. Wow, okay, so already I can definitely see it is different than water, of course. It's hair products, of course it's not going to be just like water. It is a similar effect though. It's actually, it almost looks even more stretched than the water side. So already I can see it's definitely more hydrated. It's definitely easier to detangle because the hair products have a lot of slip. And it smells great. So I don't know why I've never tried this before. I got used to just using water and I thought, why change a good thing? But sometimes it's nice to step outside of your box and try new things. So I thought, what better way to try this for the first time than with you guys, because I love having those first tries with you because it's more fun that way. So this piece, the first piece I did, is still kind of frizzy, so I'm going to put a little bit more product in that piece because there are no rules here. Do what you like. Yeah, that definitely helped. So yeah, just use product as you see fit, as much or as little as you like. It depends. I guess it depends on how much frizz you want or how little frizz you want. Some people like frizz. Sometimes I like frizz. Okay. So again, I'm just going to speed this up because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me retwist for 20 minutes. So let's speed this up, shall we? But the last pieces are here, which are my bangs. So I'm just gonna take whatever's left in this cup, which isn't too much actually, and which is good because I don't like putting a lot of product on my bangs because I feel like I might get pimples from that, so just a little. I'm just going to twist it again. And these pieces are also sticking up a little because they have been in a ponytail going back for a while. Okay, so those are gonna be separated. So I'm gonna let this half dry a little bit more and we will see what it looks like. The left side of my head is pretty much dry, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hair pick and I'm just going to fluff up both sides so we can really get a good...
Before I tell you the main differences between each side, I just wanted to thank you for all the positive feedback you've been giving me in my videos. It means so much to me that you're finding these videos helpful. And I will be doing more videos like this every Saturday to help figure out what works and what doesn't work. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe.
They're actually quite similar. Like, it's not that big of a difference. What do you guys think? You know what, if someone saw me in the streets, I don't even think they would notice that I used hair product in one half and used just water in the other. So that's good news for you guys, because maybe you don't feel like using your styling cream or your hair products all the time to refresh your hair. Maybe you want to make them last longer, and now you can just use water. That's pretty sweet, that's pretty awesome. So let's do a full view. So obviously there's going to be a split down the back because I'm trying to keep them separate from each other, but let's get a close-up of what it looks like on the right side. So what I do notice is I guess there might be slightly less frizz on the styling cream side compared to just water, but it's not huge. Like, it's not a huge difference. So I guess this really speaks to how great DevaCurl is at being really light and not super heavy. So I love that. You know what, guys? After doing this, I think I'm just gonna keep using water to refresh my hair because why not? It works. So let me know in the comments below. Are you gonna refresh your hair with water? Are you gonna refresh your hair with your hair products? What do you think? I will see you next time with another video. Bye!